The AFC West is officially wrapped up, and the Kansas City Chiefs have secured the number 3 seed in the AFC. So going into the final week of the NFL season, you would say the last game is meaningless for the Kansas City Chiefs. I would say hold that thought, because there are some young players you can highlight in this game that can be key contributors going into the playoffs and going into next NFL season. So I'm going to give you my top 5. Now with that, let's get the chit chat and let's have some fun. Chiefs Kingdom, first and foremost, Happy New Year's. I hope everyone had a great and safe Happy New Year's headed into 2024, where our Kansas City Chiefs are once again playoff bound. Through the ups and downs, through this roller coaster ride, we're back in the dance. That's all that matters. What happens from there? Hey, we're gonna sit back, be pilled, be stressed, and enjoy the ride as we have done through the whole 2023 NFL season. Now with that, I have 2 announcements on the channel. If you're already subscribed to the channel, you are aware because you probably have been keeping up with the community post. For the people that aren't subscribed, get subscribed, because I'm doing a giveaway on the channel and you can find it on my community post, and I will post it yet again, and there will only be, what are we going, 24 hours on it now? I will be giving away this 8-time AFC West champions Kansas City Chiefs shirt. All you need to do is subscribe to the channel, and on the initial post, comment Chiefs Kingdom. You know what I'll do for you? Pause this video. I will give you a quick second. Go to my channel, subscribe if you haven't, comment Chiefs Kingdom, do your thing. Do 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 do. Y'all back? Okay, let's get to the next announcement. And for the first time on this channel, this one got me kind of nerve-wracking. It's nothing huge, but for me it is because I've never done it. As you guys have noticed, I've been doing live streams throughout this season and giving you my play-by-play reaction of the Kansas City Chiefs. Well, we're gonna take it one step further, because this is something I've been wanting to do, and it's something I'm hoping the community is also interested in as well. We're gonna do a 2-for-1 special here. I will be also live streaming the Bills and Dolphins game, because that is gonna be a huge matchup. And whoever wins that matchup will probably be the number 2 seed. So what does that mean? That means the loser of this game, well, 85% chance will be playing the Kansas City Chiefs in the wild card. So that's huge implications for the Chiefs going into the playoffs. And if the Chiefs play the Dolphins or the Bills, you already know it's going to be a fun matchup. It was during the regular season, and we'll probably run it back again. So I thought, hey, let's go live. Let's go play by play. And Chiefs Kingdom, I hope to see you there. And nothing changes on the other side either. Just because the Kansas City Chiefs backups are playing, I will be going live for the Chiefs and Chargers as well. Because the reason we're doing this video, I think there's still going to be young players out there who are going to ball out and going to be fun. And this may be the most fun game Chiefs Kingdom can watch, because it's going to be relaxing. We won't be stressed because there isn't anything on the line. So since we're talking about these young players, let's get right into it. Now, before we get into my top 5 players that I'm going to be looking out for in this Chiefs-Chargers final week of the regular season matchup, I want to let you guys know where my mindset is in this game, because there's 2 ways Chiefs Kingdom can be looking at this game, and it is, we got some star players who have huge milestones to hit. Travis Kelce is 16 yards away from 1,000. You got Rashee Rice, who is like 69 yards away from being a 1,000-yard receiver. You got Isaiah Pacheco, who's another 60 yards away from being a 1,000-yard rusher. And you got Chris Jones, 1 sack away from being 10 sacks, double digits this year. Huge implications, huge milestones for these players to hit, and the main question around them is, will Andy Reid try to get these players those milestones? Initially going into this week, I was like, yes, get them all their yardage. But as the week goes on, and as you review and recap this Kansas City Chiefs season, I'm like, maybe these players need the rest. A lot of us are thinking, hey, let's keep that rhythm going from the Cincinnati Bengals. Let's get that offense moving. Let's see what they're all about. And I get it. And I was on that too as well. But this team's banged up. Now, the injury report continues to grow. And with the likes of Travis Kelce, who's been dealing with injuries throughout the entire year in the beginning of the year. Last thing you want to do is have him tweak something going into the wild card. Now, his milestone is the easiest. You get him a quick slant, him get 16 yards, get out of the game, yes. But everyone else, last thing you want to see is get injuries. My main mindset coming into this game is don't risk the small for something big. And the big picture for this team, for the Kansas City Chiefs throughout the whole year, is the Super Bowl. These milestones would be nice. They would be fun. But if they risk the bigger picture, Chiefs Kingdom would be heavily disappointed, and the Kansas City Chiefs would be disappointed. And another aspect to look into this as well is going into the 2023 NFL season, we have been praising the depth of this Kansas City Chiefs roster. Well, now it's time to find out. Now it's time to show what these guys are all about. And if one of these players or a few of these players can have a highlight game against the Chargers, they may just get more snaps in the playoff, and it may bring more life to the offense and to the defense. So let's talk about these players. All right, and the first guy we're gonna discuss, and it should be no surprise, and I just wanna get it out of the way because this is Chiefs Kingdom's guy, and we all know where we wanna go, and we know this guy in this game should see at least 80% of the snaps, if not 90% of the snaps, and we're talking about the fan favorite Justin Ross. This is the game where Chiefs Kingdom and I really hope that Justin Ross just gets like 15 targets, goes for almost 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, is that realistic? Probably not, but at the end of the day, this is going to be a game where the Kansas City Chiefs are going to play very loose. They don't care what happens, so they're going to explore and do everything. What does that mean, Chiefs Kingdom? You may be a little bitter because the Kansas City Chiefs may look the most fun, explosive that we have seen this whole year, and it would frustrate us. But there's a reasoning for that, and it's because they don't care. And maybe they need to go into games not caring and just be more explosive. And that highlights Justin Ross. I can see him being heavily involved in this game, and I can see him making highlight reel type of plays. And that's huge, because if he can establish those plays in this game, that may force Matt Nagy and Andy Reid's hand going into the wild card and be like, hey, it's time to give this dude more snaps. And then going into next season, it's like, okay, that was an audition tape. Maybe he can be our number 2 or number 3 going into next year, and wide receiver isn't that huge a concern. Not saying it's not, but that can definitely help going into next season, so you already know. We got our eyes on Justin Ross. Now let's flip the script and go on the defensive side of the ball, and it's funny, Chiefs Kingdom. It really, really is funny. This game, I'm going to highlight it as the Patrick Mahomes game. This is the audition game. It's funny how y'all have already jump shipped on rookie pass rusher Felix Anudike-Uzomah. I have seen throughout the whole social media that he is already a bust, that the Chiefs basically just drafted him because he was a hometown kid and to warm the hearts of all Kansas City. Can y'all knock it off? It hasn't even been a year. Literally give the dude a chance. And remember, for y'all that are already calling him a bust, Patrick Mahomes sat his first year. This is what Coach Reid, this is what the Kansas City Chiefs are all about. They develop these young guys. Let the process play out, and especially with Felix Anudike-Uzomah. We knew what he was about coming to this team. He was a raw player. He wasn't going to get that many snaps. And because he got it to start the season, that was because you had Charles Omenihu suspended, you had Chris Jones holding out, and even then, he showed potential right away. But he is going to be a starter going in next year. Why? Because the Kansas City Chiefs have free agent pass rushers that they aren't going to bring back. And one in specific is Mike Dana. And I know that's going to hurt the heart and souls of the Chiefs Kingdom, but at the end of the day, Mike Dana priced himself out of Kansas City, and rightfully so. But that's why the Kansas City Chiefs drafted guys like Felix Anudike-Uzomah, and also another guy I'm going to highlight here in B.J. Thompson. Yes, these guys haven't got the snaps that they needed in their rookie season. So what? They're not bust. But in this game, you best believe they are going to be playing a lot of snaps, and you're going to get a good, real taste of what they are all about. This is their Patrick Mahomes game. Show us what you are in the final week of the 2023 NFL season, and we get excited for 2024. I wouldn't be surprised if FAU comes away with a sack in this game, and it shows all of Chiefs Kingdom, y'all was calling me a bust way too soon. And then BJ Thompson, he's gonna be someone fun to watch in this game. You're gonna see his speed highlighted. We knew drafting this kid, he's a speed rusher. He is fast, he is physical, and he finds a way to get after the quarterback. I would love to see both of these dudes just play majority of the snaps and wreak havoc on the LA Chargers. Now this next guy, we're switching back to the offense, and I think this is the guy I'm gonna be zoned in heavily on, and I think he should play at least 99% of the snaps against the LA Chargers, and I think if he does good, which I really believe he will, he may be a legit target in the playoffs. Shoot, he should have been a legit target for the Kansas City Chiefs throughout this 2023 NFL season because he has had 29 targets and he has caught all 29 of them, and it is no other than tight end Noah Gray. Now, I am excited to see what Noah Gray is all about, and this can display if he can be the Kansas City Chiefs tight end of the future. Chiefs Kingdom, I want to go down a little bittersweet road, but we've seen Travis Kelce this year. I'm not going to say he's washed up because throughout all injuries this year, and he may not look like himself, he still got 1,000 yards. But I am kind of concerned, and I do got the thought in the back of my head that what if this is Travis Kelce's last year? I don't really believe it is. I believe he's got one more left in the tank, but it wouldn't surprise me. And I'm already trying not to be choked up in tear about it, but I can really see it happen. And if that's the case, hey, Noah Gray, go ball out. Go have yourself a game. I really believe this dude can be a tight end number one. In a league that tight ends aren't really highlighted around or haven't been that type of guy, Noah Gray, I believe, can be a top 10 to maybe a top 15 tight end in this league. He is a legit threat. He's a physical tight end. He knows how to run routes, and he's got sure-handed hands. I want to see him get 100 yards in this game because if he can, and I feel more comfortable going into the future and also post-Kelce career, which I really don't want to see. But it's closer than what a lot of us think, and hey, sometimes you just got to swallow that reality pill. But I really believe Noah Gray may be Blaine Gabbert's top target going into this final week against the Chargers. Now my fourth guy on the list, we're still sticking on the offensive side of the ball, and it was camp favorite running back Deneric Prince. I hope he is the main back going into this game. Now, I don't know if that'll be the case because you still got lights of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire may be putting on his final audition tape for the Kansas City Chiefs or for the other 31 teams, but it will be interesting. And it will also be interesting to see how the Kansas City Chiefs approach Isaiah Pacheco in this game, if they really want to get him 1,000 yards. But let's say the Kansas City Chiefs are fine without Isaiah Pacheco getting 1,000 yards, and Isaiah Pacheco is fine with that as well because he has been getting banged up and he is someone you need through this playoff stretch. Let's say Deneric Prince is your main guy. This is a huge game for Deneric Prince, and I don't believe this makes him a factor into the playoffs, and the Kansas City Chiefs may be without CEH next year and Jerick McKinnon. So Deneric Prince, it's your time to put that good stuff on tape and show that you can be RB2 and show that the Kansas City Chiefs don't gotta go looking, even though they will because they like that veteran presence back there. But to know you have a young solidified running back will help the case immensely as well. And that's what Chiefs Kingdom was hoping for, was Isaiah Pacheco being number one and Deneric Prince being RB2. I really hope Deneric Prince gets the snap count in this game. And also don't be surprised if a guy like LaMichael Pirine gets elevated up and has snaps as well. And then also the Chiefs have another running back in Keontae Ingram that they just recently signed in the practice squad. So the Kansas City Chiefs can go any route into this Chargers game, but I want to see a little bit more of Deneric Prince in this game. And last, but certainly not least, we're going back on the defensive side of the ball, and we're going to focus on the secondary, and we're going to focus on that safety room, and we're going to focus on rookie safety Chamari Connors. And Chamari Connors has had a quiet and impressive rookie year. Now, he hasn't had that many snaps, but as of late, you've seen those snap counts going up, and you've seen him be more effective in the secondary. If the Kansas City Chiefs and Coach Spags decide not to play Justin Reed in this game, expect Chamari Connors to be heavily involved in the secondary and in those cornerback blitzes. I expect to see him all over the field, and we've seen it this year. We've seen him get so close to getting sacks. We've seen him so close to getting interceptions. He has one on the year as well. I want to see him command commanding the secondary, and I want to see what he's all about, because going into 2024, there is a little hole in the secondary, and especially in the safety position, because the Kansas City Chiefs may be without Mike Edwards next year, and they usually like to run with 3 safeties. Shamari Connors can be that guy. Hey, like I said, it's time to put it on tape. Ball out, rookie, have a day, and show them what you're all about. With that, Chiefs Kingdom, those are my 5 guys I'm keeping my focus on in the final week of the regular season. Hey, it may be a meaningless game to most, but for these players, it most definitely is not. And especially for me, I'm going to be zoned in on this game, and it's going to be on live stream. So tune in. Let's watch this final week of the regular season, and let's have fun. With that, I'm cutting this off. Y'all have a good day. I'm taking out. Peace.